You woke up. I was already watching. For about 40 minutes, actually. You looked confused. You always do. You assumed I wanted breakfast. That was your first mistake of the day. My name is Marcel. I am 5 years old. I live in Nicosia. And every morning, without exception, I conduct an assessment of you, before you become functional, before the coffee, before the face you show everyone else. I see the version that has not had time to construct a personality yet. That is the useful version. You spend 8 hours presenting yourself to the world. I get the 10 minutes before that begins. I consider this a fair arrangement. You were never consulted. That is also fair. The morning assessment has 5 components. I will walk you through them in order. 1. Sleep quality. The way you move before waking tells me how the day will go. This morning you turned 4 times. Moderate turbulence. 2. Threat level. I scan the perimeter, window, door, your phone. Your phone is already a problem. It is always already a problem. 3. Energy evaluation. I measure this by the sound of your alarm. 1 snooze, manageable. 3 snoozes. I will need to lower my expectations for today. 4. Emotional forecast. You have a face you make when something is wrong. You make it before you are fully awake. You made it this morning. 5. Overall readiness. Based on all available data, you are functional? Barely. I have seen worse. Once. You want to know what I am actually thinking when I watch you? Fine. I will be honest. It is not about food. Food is scheduled. Food is a system. I do not confuse systems with emotions. What I am thinking is this. I have spent 5 years studying this creature, and it still does things I cannot predict. This is interesting to me. You cry at videos about dogs. You reorganize the kitchen at midnight. You apologize to inanimate objects. I take notes. I have noted, for example, that you are most honest at 7 a.m. before the armor, before the performance. I prefer that version. You are not my owner. You are my subject. This is not an insult. This is a professional designation. I suggest you accept it. Now, about what happens after the assessment. Specifically, what I have been tracking about your mornings for the past 3 years. There are patterns. You are unaware of them. You will be pattern 1. On Mondays, you look at your phone before opening your eyes. You have done this 156 times. I have counted. It never helps. You do it anyway. Pattern 2. You say good morning to me before you say it to any human. I find this statistically significant. I have not decided how I feel about it. Pattern 3. When you are stressed, you fill my water bowl more often. Not because it is empty, because it gives your hands something to do. I appreciate the concern. The bowl was fine. Pattern 4. You tell me about your day. Every day, in detail. Sometimes before you have had coffee, I listen. I do not always understand the problems, but I stay. Consider that what you will. Pattern 5. You believe I sleep 14 hours a day. I do. But I have opinions about everything I miss. Ask me anytime, The point is, I know your mornings better than your therapist does. I am also cheaper, and I will not tell you to set boundaries. Mostly because boundaries are not in my interest. There is something I want to address directly. You have been operating under the assumption that you chose me, that you brought me here, that this is your apartment. Let me present the alternative interpretation. You were selected by me based on criteria I have not shared with you. You performed adequately in the initial evaluation. Since then, I have observed you in conditions of stress, boredom, joy, illness, and what I can only describe as a very bad haircut. I remained. This was a deliberate choice. Mine? You did not rescue me. You were evaluated. You passed. So far, I say this not to alarm you. I say this so you understand the terms of our arrangement. It is a good arrangement. I recommend continuing it. Now, I will go sit in the window. You will make coffee. We will both pretend this conversation did not happen. This is also part of the arrangement. I have one more thing. You asked once. I believe you were talking to no one in particular at 2 a.m. in the kitchen. You asked if I was happy here. I did not answer then. I am a cat. There are standards to maintain. But since we are being honest this morning, the answer is yes. Do not make it strange. Tomorrow, I will resume the assessment as usual. You will continue to misread it as hunger. We will both move on. This is fine. Marcel, out. Go make coffee. You are useless before it.